777. The frequency of God, the power, the effervescent power of the God force that flows within you. Welcome, evolutionaries. If you recall, last year, this month, I actually talked about 777 and how to use the God force by projecting the godly nature, the energy onto really bad, horrible, dark things, just by doing air signs of 777, because the frequency of God always trumps this 666, the beast number. And this is something that you and I are bringing into this dynamic of the Great Awakening. We're bringing this flood of godling energy into this realm at this time. And this is really exciting as we begin to wake up and help others around us by bringing this unselfish love into this dynamic. Now, if you recall last year, I had this triangle, and looking at a triangle, it's 180 degrees. So the evil beings, these doers that have corrupted or tried to corrupt and take over this realm, and actually did a pretty good job for a few thousand years. But guess what? We're taking it back. We are in control. God is in control. God has a plan. You have to trust the plan. So, but when you look at a triangle, it's 60 degrees, 60 degrees, and 60 degrees, so 666. So when you see some celebrities doing this, they are letting you know that they are in league with Lucifer, with the devil, with Satan himself. And this is something that is subliminally being projected onto us. But now that we know the hidden sevens within this, it's all powerful. It reflects that back. It protects us. It's like a shield. And as I talked about last year, when you look at the sevens, you've got a 7 here, a 7 here, and a 7 here. So 7, 7, 7. This is the power of taking back the symbology which they hijacked, which they stole. And each and every one of us has the ability to see beyond this nonsense, this 666, this beast number, and make it godly. And when I say make it godly, we just send it love, because the things that the dark beings are most afraid of is love, is bringing that light, that effervescent light that's just permeating with this love, which has never been in the mortal realm before. And that's what we're doing. We're bringing this from the heart, from this solar sun that was now emerging from us. And it's so very exciting, because they've tried to corrupt and take over this realm for thousands of years using mechanisms like entertainment. And entertainment, actually the root word for entertainment is entrainment, meaning that they want to put you into a trance. By relaxing you, they're able to sneak messages into your subliminal consciousness, which corrupts you, which we see all the time with all these people that are asleep. And we are the ones that are kind of drastically shaking them to wake them up. So, but when you look at entertainment, these movies, these songs that are the top pop songs, they're not there by accident. These songs and movies are actually written by the CIA, by MI6, these intelligence agencies, which are now corrupted with the auspice to control the human race. They are in league with the dark ones, with Lucifer, with all these people, or beings, I should say, because they're not really people, unless they're like inhabiting someone that's, you know, kind of like a shell and they're kind of being hosted. Or anyway, that's a different story. But because as I talked about in a previous video about those that here on Earth, in these bodies that actually don't have a soul, they're actually inhabited and can be inhabited by dark beings. So let's get back to this. So when we look at entertainment, which is entrainment, we look at Hollywood. Hollywood is actually the first wood used to make magic wands. Interesting. So you would actually get a holly stick, you know, and that would be your magic wand. So there are no coincidences. Everything is very well laid out. And again, these subliminal messages that are in The Simpsons. I watched a movie a few months ago that was actually in a nunnery, and they actually had a picture of 1994 Orwellian dystopian type posters on the wall in a nunnery, which is kind of crazy to me. And then, of course, you've got things like The Big Bang Theory, which is like a big popular TV show, at least in the United States, in the 90s. And I remember, and actually I've got a snapshot of it, a screenshot of it, where they actually talked about the PCR test and tracking and putting a tracking mechanism up inside the nasal passage. And this is on a whiteboard behind the blonde girl who was a star of that TV episode or TV series. And it's pretty crazy. That just kind of shows you how far in advance they plan things out. So the whole point of this is to wake up and to realize and to banish this subliminal, this subconscious programming by giving you true sight, by helping you understand that now is the time to see beyond this veil, this veil that they put upon us. Because really, when you look at this all-seeing eye, like on the triangle, like on the triangle on the dollar bill, they're actually creating this prism. And this is what nobody's ever really talked about, is this prism. Just like you have a prism where light comes in and it changes and creates a spectrum on the other side, that's what they're doing here. So you can actually see this spectrum, if you will, from a demonic, from a materialistic perspective as the red, which means that you're trying to win the lottery, or you're just so focused on the material stuff, you're not really embracing or deepening your relationship with this almighty love that lies within you, this wellspring of God, because this is really who we are emerging, and this is who we're going to be on the other side of this great awakening. And I've got a really great video that I'm going to share with you in a couple videos, a couple episodes that I've already mapped out. It's going to kind of explain and just kind of really disclose everything, and it's super exciting that we're actually at this point in time. Your soul is here for a reason. And it's partly, it is just here for this grand experience of the Great Awakening. And we are so very close to it's so exciting. So let me get back to this. So the prism, if you will, which the majority of people on this planet are asleep. And they're seeing the material aspects through the prism, through this lens that they have created. My whole goal for this video is to help you understand that as you activate your God force and you bring it and you blossom, you attune to it, and this law of Phi is this constant expansion of this light, this unselfish love that lies within you. This expansionary helps you see through the veil. It adapts your ability to see things, so you capture things like I was just talking about and go, oh, they had the PCR test on the freaking Big Bang Theory 20 years ago or 15 years ago, or however long ago it was, in the 90s. And it was like super crazy to me that these people are planting messages this far in advance because they're planning. But guess what? As the timelines are now converging, God is winning. And it's up to you and I to support this. And actually, God won. As they say, future proves past. So future proves past, meaning that in the future we know, because we are in the future, that we have won, that God has won. So where people, and I'm a big advocate of God wins, that little hashtag, I've also started putting God won, because this is definitive. This is the utopia. This is the heaven on earth that I want to see, because again, we have the ability to see and perceive and create the reality. Remember, reality is the realness of what we are creating here. We can create a dystopia through the lens of Lucifer, which is the 666 mantra, or we can actually do and elevate and create the vibe of the 777, see through the veil, find this godly nature in all things, and create a utopia. And this utopia is the heaven on earth, because God, 777, trumps. We say it trumps 666, always. Celebrities who use this and the evil eye, the all-seeing eye, they also do things like, and most people that I talk to about this don't get this, but when you see a celebrity doing this, they're typically doing it on the left eye. And why the left eye? Well, the left eye is the left-hand path. It is the path of demology. It's the evil path. The right-hand path is the path to God. But let's get back to this for a second. So do you know what this is when they do this? This is actually a 6, a 6, and a 6. So they're mocking us. People think, oh, it's an okay sign. Okay symbol. In kids, we just go, hey, okay. But no, they're actually using it as a mockery, as a symbology of dark forces. And when we know this, we see them doing that, and I just go 777. So this is it's fun. It's a game. So if you see something horrible, like even the dollar bill, I'll do like a 777 because I am altering the dynamic of the spell that they've cast upon people, so that when I exchange that dollar bill for something else, then that dollar bill is now liberated from the material aspect, and it has a godly nature to it. Same thing as I talked about in the video a year ago, when I see something that is disturbing. If I see, like outside of the Colosseum in Italy, in Rome, they've actually built a statue of Moloch. I actually go, that's crazy, because Moloch is the god of child sacrifice. So number one, this energy that we're bringing in helps to restore and give, to save our children, to save the children that these beasts, and that's something that I'm not going to go into on this video, but when you see something like Moloch or something bewitched, or because really the 13 families that you've heard control the world, they're actually 13 covens. That's right, witchcraft. So when we hear or see any of that, I would automatically just go 777, introducing the frequency of God. And this frequency of God is really the sword, the armor of God that you are projecting out, because this ultimate frequency of God, again, trumps 777. So remember, we choose how we want to see the world. And I know you evolutionaries, because you're freaking amazing, are going to choose the 777. You're going to choose the godly path, the right path. Where some of these others that are asleep, and it's not their fault. They just are not as attuned to what is going on in the world as you and I are. So it's up to us. And again, maybe they are like my mom. My mom is like still kind of like doesn't really get what I'm talking about. So I pray for her, and then I send her 777, because I'm bringing, if you will, this godly nature into her. And she goes to church, and my mom is like super awesome. But just know that whatever we do is bringing forth this amazing wellspring of love for those that we love and those that we've never met. As I've talked about before, just by blossoming this unselfish love within us, it brings this amazing flow of energy. When we walk by someone, they go, oh, it's almost like they catch a breath of fresh air because of this love, this power of God that emanates from you. And this is really very cool because you are powerful. Remember, the greater the Godforce within you that awakens, which is really awesome, the greater you can see, the greater blossom of love, this law of Phi and attuning to this greatness. That you are bringing this heaven on earth, this utopia, and you're canceling out all of this dystopian, Luciferian beliefs. So with that, I just want to tell you that I love you so much, and I thank you for just doing what you're doing to bring this amazing, radiant love force to this planet. So if you like this video, please like it. Yeah, I think that's what I'm supposed to say. Subscribe, because I got some really great videos coming up. Oh, and by the way, I love all your comments because, as you know, I was on the road camping, and I'm actually in the process of moving. So I'm not camping, I'm packing up everything, I'm giving everything away to donations and things. So literally, I've only got like 2 pieces of furniture in my whole place. And within 10 days, I'll be gone, hitting the road full time. So I'll be doing these presentations from like national parks, state parks, going into the forest and shooting just great videos as we connect with nature on this amazing journey, because my goal is to connect with nature and bring a new force, a new resonance into my teachings, or really the sharings that I have with you. So with that, I love you, and I look forward to hearing all your comments on attuning to 777, seeing through the veil, and remember, breaking the trance, the entrainment that they think they have on you and others, and just by 777. I love you.